Hello, my name is Michael ROTHSCHILD, and my public defender told me in jail earlier this week that once I got out, I could call his number. No, I don't remember. Michael, MIC is ABL, 122685. Israel? Yes. ROTHSCHILD, ROTHSCHILD, Israel. Excellent. Do I have to call him, or can I just show up for the work? Okay, thank you so much for your help. Is there anything else I have to do? Wonderful, thank you. What's up, Bob? How are you? Rocking out. What's new with you? I understand on that. I'm just chilling, baby. Hi, how are you, Dan? Better than I was yesterday. I met a really interesting person. I'd love to. So you know I was in jail, right? Okay. Um, and I'm in a predicament because, and I understand. Oh, let me check this text message. This person is amazing. Um, so I was in a real predicament. Like I'm, I'm a survivor, but I was like, man, okay, I just got out of jail and I don't want to go back to jail. But the old person who owns the house came to the door yesterday. I thought he said he would give me till June, but he said no. You have to get out tomorrow, basically today. And I was like, holy shit, what am I going to do? That means, okay, I'm homeless in California. That means all my streams are down. That means I'm in survival mode. I have to get to a shelter they're overfilled. I'm not prepared to survive on the streets right now. We've got really bad weather coming when it comes to a lot of rain, and I don't have a tent. They took my shoes in jail. They took my photo mask. They took my photo pants. I don't even have that kind of stuff. So I would be in sad shape. So the first thing that I would do if I had to do that, though, is get to a shelter. And if they said, hey, you can't, no room at the inn, dude, I'll just wait outside the shelter, and they'll get to know me after a couple days and be like, okay, you know this guy. I'll go to the nearest bus stop and just stand, like literally sit at a bus stop for days while the rain passes. And, um, but here's what happened. I haven't talked to my family. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I just was streaming my life and I didn't really want them to know about it. Uh, so I hadn't talked to them in 2 years. I called my aunt yesterday and I was like, look, I was arrested, yada, yada, yada. And she's so cool. She's like, you can come live with me. At least she'll make your peace. Because her son, she's in Florida right now. Her son comes up to visit her from Florida. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, wow, I could hitchhike home, I think. She's like, no, we'll pay to get you home. How nice is that? It's incredible. It gave me hope. So it's like, oh my God, thank you so much. This gives me hope. Like, okay, so that means maybe try to stay here somehow. So then I figured out an adding text really quickly with my mugshot and because I don't want to hide anything from anyone. And actually a few people texted me. Not a lot, but like some gay guys who wanted sex and stuff. And I thought about it. I even thought, as like a caregiver, what would I do? I would give a guy a massage because I have all kinds of massage tools. I have like rolling pins, and so I wouldn't necessarily have to like get in there with like my hands as much. Um, and um, so I put out an ad in Craigslist, and somebody got back to me, and this person was like, "Yeah, I've got a room. You can just live in it." And and um, live in it. He's like, "But there's something that I want you to know about." And I'm like, "Okay, well, that's, I'm all ears." He's like, "I'm blind." I'm like, "Oh, not that I want him to be blind. That's great. I can help him because I'm really techy and I'm really savvy, and fortunately, I do have my sight, even though it's not that great. It's better than being blind." So we started talking about that last night on the phone, and we talked for like an hour, and I asked him about his hobbies. And so, when you're blind, you don't necessarily know about all that there is perhaps in the world. Not that even you or I do with sight, but he wasn't as savvy with podcasts as I think perhaps might have been beneficial to him. And so I asked him, what is it that is of interest to you? He said, old time radio specifically. He said, oh, old time radio, like the 30s, the 40s, 50s, he said, exactly. Like big radio drama, the mystery theater, that kind of stuff he likes. Because it creates a whole world audio, audioly, and that is something that kind of puts everybody on the same plane. Exactly. So, uh, we talked for like an hour like that. And I can just, you can just tell, and I can tell with you, James, but where somebody has a good heart and they're like, you don't think this is a scam or whatever. And so I told him, look, here's the deal. Um, I don't know if I'm going to have to be out in 1 day or 1 month. I told the person who owns the house, please give me 1 month. And they turned their back on me and just walked down the stairs. So whether that was yes or no, I don't know. I did have a thing on my door that said I had to get out. Uh, but okay, so they kick me out. Fine. I'll walk to this guy's house. I'll take the bus, and that gives me an opportunity. And even if I have court next week, I just called about it. I'm going to plead no contender this. It's a case that is a year, took the DA a year and a half over a text message that someone allegedly, uh, over an alleged text message that I allegedly sent. Um, and so it wasn't like an instant thing. This isn't something that was recent. This happened allegedly in 2001 or 2021. So we're looking at 3 years now. So it's like you could have sent a text message 3 years ago to somebody in life, and you can have it placed at your door. But nevertheless, without getting into specifics, because I really would. I mean, an honest person, I would put everything up there. There's not too much I can do about it right now. So I called the public defender's office and told them that I was being court on Tuesday. And they said, okay, they gave me my public defender's cell phone number. I'm going to call them. I think, but they said I didn't need to, but to show up. And I spoke with this person. Here's the thing. I know you're going to say, well, what's the name of the person with the blind friend? I don't know. I don't remember. It was like, when you first meet someone and you're all like flustered and he just goes right by you. So, but he's cool. We have a good enough relationship that I'll be able to say to him, hey, here's the funny thing. I was so excited to make a friend. I didn't even catch your name. One of those things, he's kind of one of those things about which you can laugh. And he's so he's living the old time radio. And all I do is listen to things and stream my life. So I told him, hey, so he texted me last night after we'd spoken, and he said, it's really nice meeting you. And I said, I texted him, and he texted me back, and he's like, okay, we have a new friend. So I wake up this morning, and we start texting, and I said, hey, do you you want to listen to one of our old-time radio programs together? Because, I mean, it was just good listening to a podcast. All I do is take one device, put it next to my phone, and listen to it alongside him. And he was like, oh my God, I would love that. I'll get my popcorn. I'm going to the Braille Institute, so can we do it this afternoon? I was like, oh, totally. So we've got that going, which is great for both of us because for me, I get to learn a little bit about his world. We'll get to build a relationship. And for him, I hope they provide some, and for me as well, entertainment to listen to some of these shows. I read him a list of the shows that they had available just on his phone on the podcast app, of which he wasn't really aware. Very few people use the podcast app. The default one on an iPhone is that purple one. A lot of people use Spotify or iHeartMedia or something like that, but so I'm excited for that. I mean, that means I have options. Basically, like best case scenario, I get to stay in this house for 1 month at least, and do everything I can to go viral. But then maybe move in with him and not have to move back. But if I had to, I have an option. I mean, as of yesterday, my options were go back to jail, which is terrible, but it could have been a lot worse. I was in a very different kind of situation where since I need to sleep past some sleep usually, or I should, it's like a medical disability, so I got to be in the medical area. But it wasn't good. It's not like they treat you nicely, but it was better than normal. I got to watch the AFC and the NFC championship. Who else gets to say that? Um, it's a lot like Real House Rock. I mean, there was like we all kind of banded together. But I don't want to go back. So there was jail. There was homeless, which was living under a bus shelter until my court date, and now I've got some options. So options are always good, right, James? Oh no, no, she lives in the Midwest, but she visits Florida a lot. Her her son my cousin lives in Florida, so she visits him in the winter, kind of like the snowbird, and so she won't be back until 2 weeks, which is fine. Even if I had to spend 2 weeks, God willing, I won't have to, but under a bus shelter on the street, if I had an option out, I've lived in my car. I sold my car for this project, James. I did everything. I mean, no one has dedicated themselves to world peace anymore. And I thought about this a lot. Like people say, is there anything that you would do again? Yeah, of course, everybody would do things differently. But at the end of the day, I'm really proud of my work. I have the world's largest archive of media and global history. It's just nobody knows about it. Maybe someday somebody will, and it could still get very, very popular. And in the meantime, I'll continue to do everything I can. I'm very comfortable being on camera, and all that has to happen is the right people have to learn that there's this much media online, a time capsule of society. Hey, let me grab this call. Just a moment. This is Rabbi. This is Rabbi. Hello? 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 I think we just accidentally dialed. Uh, so, anyway, I mean, my life has just been a whirlwind. I'm sore from being in jail, meaning like, everything's really hard and cold. Um, and certainly when I got home, it wasn't any better. I mean, it was better to be in bed, but it's like everybody's mad at me here. Nobody wants the guy who got arrested in the house here. So, but honestly, I have hope. And hope is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And, I'm going to say this. Someone call me again. This is Rabbi. Hello? Hello? Hello, yes. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, yes. Are you calling me? Hi, how are you? Oh, absolutely. It's beautiful. Thank you for your voice as well. How are you doing? Sorry, absolutely. Sorry you didn't. I missed your first call. Or you couldn't hear me. I didn't know if you had accidentally dialed me or what. So, hey, you know they're gonna come out in the next 5 years with the braille phones. They already have the models of them. So it's a phone, but actually braille comes out of the. It's like adaptive. So the screen starts flat, but then braille shows up wherever there's text on the page, and I think that's gonna be a game changer. I've already seen some prototype stuff, so that's something about what you do very exciting. It's very exciting. I mean this. I mean, of all the times for you to be present and to have this, it's a beautiful one because you're going to have perhaps a before and an after of your life. I mean, like you said, a generation or two ago, there aren't that many options. Now, we're looking, like I said, I would be surprised if you live another 41 years if you aren't a fully private student. And we're going to get all kinds of really exciting stuff. Again, if you don't want to share, that's okay. A braille phone is a great step as well. Are you uh, are you an expert in braille? I imagine. So so you could even probably be like an advanced user of this type of equipment. You know, once you get into the maybe you know pilot program so that they can do the device so you're able to get the feedback on it. But then if you're really you know in the pilot that would be an interesting as well. They need people to be able to troubleshoot these devices before it goes in the mainstream blind world. And of course, the people who they would want to do that are people who have perhaps much grasp on the ability to use braille. You want to be able to say, you know, the option, I don't know what you call it, the option, braille, the entrance are in the wrong spot, or I want the font to be bigger, or whatever, you know, is really customized for people. So that's really exciting. Oh, absolutely. We'll find a program. There's no question. We're going to do the trail movement for that type of technology. So, um, you know, and there's like California, like all kinds of hey, you know, just like even just company, but just take an email, say, hey, we know that you're working on this type of technology, and we want to get a prototype of it when you're at the user testing stage. Please let us know. We'd like to be on your software to be on that, to be part of that group. That's fine. Or listen to and there's several companies who are doing that, and that changes everything because imagine once that technology is in a phone, then that means it's going to be on like a public board, like a menu, it could be on like at the mall, those public boards, but any kind of platform, at the airport, all these stuff is being adapted, and that's be very beneficial as well. Well, I am so glad that you know some other things about which I'm excited when it comes to this are the ability, I guess, to so you know how normally with inequality, well, in the future, people will see that time as valuable, and so will actually be able to witness it while we sleep and enjoy things. So you would be at the same state as I am. You know, did you hear it was today? They just announced the first successful pyramid exercise. in a music, oh my God, this is for you. I mean, I would say this. I don't want anything I didn't want anything. I don't want anything in my body. Like, I'm kind of like a natural person. But if I had a issue like hearing or vision or paralysis, I would look into more exploratory options just because I would think this would be, yeah. Well, at least Neuralink is supposed to be the answer. And what is that? So I don't know if you're familiar with Neuralink, but this is Elon Musk's company. So Elon Musk is space X guy and Tesla guy. I don't know if you're familiar with the building. So this is publicly known person in the world. So he has a company, a billion. And what this has done over the course of the last 5 years is a child, her son, on that motion that's going into practice. And now, I believe it's an active, was the first person to get this trial of what is called neurology, which is essentially something that is up to the brain, brain technology. But what this is supposed to do, and this is what they're announcing on the news, is this is supposed to first help people who are paralyzed and people who are blind. So you're supposed to be, and so now, you know how we were saying, I don't want you to be against the trend. I don't think that's a good idea. Let's make sure that it works. But this isn't anymore like, oh, in 5 or 10 years they're going to be doing this on people, and that really hits 10 or 20. No, I mean this is announced on the radio today. This is a successful million in France versus alive. And so what this is supposed to do is really change the game for humans. No longer will you have to like memorize really long paragraphs of things. It's just had already data to be in your head, but also the ability to create visual this is really supposed to help people with this stage first and foremost, and people with any kind of paralysis and blindness, so that that is for what it was. So, like the timing should be fantastic, I think, for all the different companies together, and also as nice as it is, I think pretty and well, you like your world, maybe try to be a nice little bit easier thing. You don't have to go jumping in fully as of right now into full brain neurolinguistic people who know that there are going to be people out there who have experiences that either I prefer and now I have sight because of technology and things are going to become more and more common. Like it's not really that's a beautiful thing. I'm so glad I found you. I was just telling someone about you. How happy I was to have met you and have a new friend. First and foremost, is how beneficial it is that it. So I don't know. Like I was talking to this person and they're saying all the benefits that I think you can do that are interesting when it comes to audio. Are you familiar with the social media app Twitter? Yes. So Elon Musk, the guy who owns Neuralink and SpaceX and Tesla, he owns Twitter as well. He's buying a lot of things. Yeah, so it's a big deal. He's owned Twitter for about a year. So now he's changed over and renamed it X. Well, if you ever hear me say Twitter, just know I'm talking about X or the same thing. But I'm kind of old school, you know what I mean? And also, X to me is still a letter, and so if I did, I think well, Twitter is usually text, so I can understand how that's not too much benefit. But Twitter has a feature that's been around now for 3 years that is amazing. It's called Twitter Spaces. And what is that? Twitter Spaces is basically like party line. You remember party lines in the 1980s? You may not be a little young, but basically in the 1980s, there was this, you call it the 900 number, and talk to all your friends, and you build by the day. Yeah, they were very popular. The way that I found out about it, actually, I dated a girl And this blind candidate was that really significant everything audio. And it was a DJ and he also ran party lines and so he was really into the audio. So that's how I learned about party lines. And it's just a party line to see like what we have going on right now, but our friends could call into it and maybe like 4 or 5 of us could come to it. So what put it into this drink except you can have music and not everyone comes to it. Only some people come to it. But it's not every kind of confidence that you want. So I want you to know that basically like you should never feel like you are in a defended social or anything. There are things I'll show you use my own devices or what it's like. But the reason why I mention it is I've made friends with nowadays like here's how. I would go on this page with this audience. They're not visual. They're just talking about visual, but a lot of people on certain pages don't want it to be visual. They like the audio part of it, and I think that's really good for someone like you because everybody's on the same page. And what I would do, I like business, so I would go into the spaces, and if the space was boring, I would respond to my services and like, hey, would everybody like to play trivia? And boy, it got really popular. And one of the was a cryptocurrency, which is, I don't know if you know what cryptocurrency is, but essentially it's an alternative, the fiat currency or like the dollar, basically. The economy gets influenced more by companies to move away from that kind of system and more towards single finance. So these people are really into Bitcoin and that kind of stuff. And they really like it. They're like, hey, we want you to join our community. And they sent me a bunch of, they know I've seen my life on the internet and that there's a lot of advertising. So I have been, they sent me all kinds of clothing and they sent me all kinds of bedding and then they allow me to keep my life in this. So every single day they come in and they say hi to me. And that's where I come. So it's like friends are there and they can see me. It's like they have it's like I'm a physical. They can literally watch me whenever they want and see what my world is like. And so I'm a very open person. I'm very honest and obviously I do everything from most people because I know. And so I'm not afraid of people. I really allow people to watch me sleep. They will sleep alongside me. People sleep alongside me. They just want to know somebody's out there to feel comfortable. Right? Because that's the people where people are basically international. And these songs with the bases, people love it. It's stuff that everyone wants to do. And they don't want to do. So there are people out there. I don't know what other hobbies you have other than work on Facebook. Oh, and then you can get content on it if you wanted to. And a lot of people will attend. And you see them in money. So what you would do, and I can help you with this, you can schedule a concert. I had a friend of mine who did this too. I know you got to get called for the bus. Tell me when you do them. If you need to go now, we can talk about this later. Let's talk later. Excellent. We'll talk about setting up maybe this on the channel on Facebook. And if not, we've got old time radio to send you. Not really excited. Do it. Absolutely. Has it foldable? Sounds spoken? Okay, cool. Right. Sure. That's common. I'm not worried about that at all. And I like that. So, there you go. I'm a big fan. I love you too. Excellent. Enjoy the grilling too. Call me when you like. I'm all for it. You've been eating well. Everything's good with your health and everything. Excellent. Okay. Excellent. We'll talk later. You take care. Love you too. Bye. Yo, dog. What up, Bitcoin? What up? More life. More life. What up, baby? Wow, we got the whole crew in here. How you living, baby? Hey, if anybody didn't know, I made a friend. If you're like, what's his name? I don't know. You're like, you're saying you love him. I know, but he's a really nice person, and I do. I just don't remember his name. Why? We just met yesterday. I got really desperate, guys. I mean, you don't know. I was in jail, and the DA brought a case against me 3 years ago, and it took him a year and a half to bring it. Anybody can, and for what was it? Allegedly, I sent a text message to somebody didn't like. So anybody can do that. I didn't punch anybody. I didn't hurt anybody physically. So, I didn't embezzle anything. Anybody can send a bad text message. I think that's understandable. But so I called the prosecutor, or I called the public defender and told them I'll be done court. But I'm getting evicted. That's a big deal in my world. I was facing homelessness and either jail again. I mean, that's not anything you want to do. You guys see my life. I don't do anything that exciting. Um, but nevertheless, those aren't places that you want to be. And so I haven't spoken to my family, and since I started doing my life, I didn't really want to know about it. But I got desperate, and I called my aunt, and she was so nice. She she just gave me hope when I didn't have hope. And I told her I was arrested. And she was like, I'm like, do you think my parents would let me move back in with them? She said, well, you can live with me. I was like, live? She's like, well, at least no maid, which is something that's better than being on the street. And that gave me hope. And so I got to talk with her, and I was like, well, I think I could take like home if I need it. And she's like, no, I mean, I'll send you a ticket or something. Well, whoops, you don't have to do that. She was just really serious about it. And it gave me hope. And um, I had to learn all kinds of information at that time. My parents' dogs had died. One of the dogs had been mine. So, like she lost her dog, okay, whatever, a dog, but you move on. Um, and I'm taking all this information on like one at a time. So then I'm like, okay, well that's really great. I'm gonna post something to Craigslist just to see if somebody has an extra room and if I can help them and in any way. And this person got back to me. They called me twice actually, and said they had an extra room, but they wanted me to know that they were blind. And I don't want anybody to be blind. I want to help people with blindness. But I want to help. I want to be a use to someone as well. I don't want to just be mooching on someone. So it can be a mutually beneficial relationship, just so I can see my life. I'm all about it, and we developed a really great friendship in 24 hours or so. And so I asked him his interest. One of his big ones is old time radio, and so we're going to listen to old time radio later this afternoon. He's going to the Braille Institute right now. I don't know if you heard. He's getting two new chains, hopefully. So that's a good thing. But it keeps me off the street. And you're everybody's favorite rabbi. I'll hopefully be doing a little bit longer. I did ask the person who owns the house here if I could stay one more month and turn me back and walk down the stairs. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. So I don't know what that is. That means I could be out. So I just want the community to know why I have a time to say it, how much you've meant to me. Literally, I got arrested in your clothing I mean, they can't be any more dedicated to that than that. And I would still be wearing it, but the clothes smelled so badly, they had to burn them. Literally, they're like, nope, they're done. We incinerated them. So, I did what I could. I did the rest for him. And I'm gonna continue. I mean, I'm not stopping, but I just want everybody to know that what happened to me because I'm an honest individual and things happen in life. But you know what? I love it that I know I have more data online than any person globally. That's still worth a whole lot of money someday, perhaps, to someone. And if anything, it's a time capsule for society to think. And that's very exciting to some people. There's a lot of things that people can learn from almost 3 years of someone's life uploaded to the internet from 360 degrees. So I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. I'm really glad I met him this time, though. This person's really nice. It's a great question, Turbo Autism. I'm going to try to stay in this house one more month. Oh, I got court next Tuesday. I got court on Tuesday, so that's the next move. I have to at least make that court date. I'm going to plead nolo contendere. Basically, I want, I want this, I want this probation. I want this to go away, and I think I'll be able to get that. Then I just have to stay good. And so my options are stay in this house maybe one more month. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that. Then move in with my blind son, and that's great. He lives in the same county. He lives in Anaheim, right by Disneyland. So that's cool. And I mean, I'm someone who likes to help people, and I'm really looking forward to helping him. He doesn't know about Twitter Spaces, and I mean, we were just talking about it. That has a really great he has a really great opportunity, I think, to use what he does have. I want him to be able to live life as fulfilled as possible, and I think the way that we're going to be able to do that as friends is through audio. And so I plan on, here's the plan for Roger in short. Continue building a relationship with him. I want to be his friend the rest of my life. He's a really nice person. I want to help him. I want to see him get sites and ways. That's what he wants. Um, but then either move in with him, stay out of jail, stay not homeless, and then if I need to, I would move back to the Midwest. But uh, fortunately, I have options, and it's basically this time yesterday I did not have options. I was really thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to be homeless in 24 hours. And I still might be. So I don't want that to go away. But hopefully I might get another month. And so, but actually in its own way, there's some really good parts about it. What are they? One would be free rent in California. You can't beat that. I mean, nobody else is going to give you that. Two, a new friend. That's great. Three, he's going to let me stream my life just as I have been. So the only thing that would change for me here is that we would have a different background. But everything else would be the same. Um, no, I didn't check if he has the internet. He better have the internet. Oh my God, he does have the internet. I'm sure he's got the internet. I imagine he does. If not, we'll make sure to get the internet. There are like low cost programming things you can do. I'm not too worried about that stuff. We'll make sure he gets the internet. Um, with that said, I'm going to try to stay here for another month. I got to go to court on Tuesday. Here at court, and hopefully I only have to go once. I have to take the bus there, and it's pretty far away. But I'll get there. I'm a survivor, and we're going to make this coin the global reserve currency someday, and it's going to be part of our journey. How are things with you, Turbo Oxygen? What's doing your neck of woods? Wow. Did it all make the bowl? Did it all go inside the bowl? The bowl with you poop, did it all go inside? Oh, you needed it. So, yeah, wow. And with this, Was it food poisoning or something? Well, even still, that sounds like a better day than I had. I'm in agreement. Well, I'm glad I could catch you up and just keep on surviving, baby. It's the best state in the world. Yeah, it's like 10 times better than anywhere else ever, except Israel. Have you ever seen the girls in California? They're hotter than any chicks anywhere. Dude, there are square miles in West Los Angeles where the amount of hotness per person is so high that it's higher than most countries. I mean to say that I would take some square miles of Los Angeles County over the rest of the United States or the rest of the world. The diversity and beauty so diverse, but you've got models, you've got actors, you've got singers. Everybody's got a price, baby. Take care, Triple X.